The DJ Doctor doing this intro twice on you. We are here live at the Midnight Madness Show in downtown Manchester, Tennessee. Beautiful day we had today. We got another great guest tonight. But before we get to our guest, let's talk to the Hillbilly Heartthrob, the one and the only. Hey there, the Hillbilly Heartthrob. How's it going, Hillbilly?
Well, I don't know what to say at the moment. I was trying to...
Wow.
You
You're
sounded
right,
like
Russ.
that cartoon dog, but I can't think of his
Exit,
name.
stage right even.
There you are.
Yeah, okay. After you said that, I'm like, oh, I know what he's trying to say. I wasn't trying to do that, but so you doing okay?
Absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Did you have a good one?
I did. I played cards and drank a little bit too much, but had a great time.
I know you had a great Christmas. You had the band Credenda.
Yes, I did.
Was that your place?
Yes, they were there, and we've had a little jam session and hung out and had a good meal, and it was great having them.
Well, it's good. So our thoughts are with Credenda. They're a great band, great group. So
They have a CD release party coming up.
yes, and I think we're going to be a part of that, right?
Yes, we are. So
That'll
looking
be
forward
good.
to that.
So you can check out our Facebook page for more details, but check out the band Credenda. You'll be happy that you did. Now we got one of the only awesome Andy Storm has popped in for the first time in about 6 years. We want to thank Andy for being here. How you doing, Andy?
Doing wonderful.
Anything new going on with you?
No, I'm just looking forward to this new 2019.
2019 is going to be busy. Got a lot of stuff going on with us. We got the Bonnaroo stuff we'll talk about here in a little bit. We got other things going on. We got a benefit show that we're going to be doing for one of our artists' husband. We need some help on, so we're going to ask all of our artists. Artists and musicians, we're family, and we need to take care of family. And when one falls, we're like the seals. We don't let one. We don't leave one. We take them. So we need some help on an artist here. That's
These were girls that were here just recently, just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep. Raylene and Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The band. Mm-hmm. So, great girls. Great band. One of them's husbands had a diabetic issue. And had to have some hospitalization, and if we need some help taking care of some bills, because you know how we musicians usually have no insurance. So he needs some help, and we need some help from our musical family out there to help them out. We'll give you more details about that a little later on. But in the meantime, Brian down there at IT Central, how you doing, the IT guru, Brian? What's up with you? Mm-hmm.
Is Mr. Heartthrob okay there? It looked like he's in the floor for a minute.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, we were trying to get our next guest's guitar a little juice to it. Get a little juice in there. So, wow. This is going to be a good show, I can tell already.
Yeah, I can tell, yeah.
So, Brian, you doing all right then?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Excellent. Well, let's get on to the show. Jason, why don't you introduce our guest?
We have the one and only Mr. Russ Roberts here.
Russ is in the house.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
He's glutton for punishment. This is his third show.
Yeah.
His third show. And
3 strikes, you're out, boys.
three strikes, you get his job.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be having Russ here next week. So, Russ, it's a pleasure to having you back on the show. It's been nice. It's been a while. Been a while. So why don't we go ahead and get you to kick off a song. Since you were on last, we've had a lot of new listeners. I mean, we're getting hammered with the amount of new friends and new likes, and we want to thank all of you that are liking our station. So we're going to be redundant a little bit, but that's okay. We got a bunch of new listeners who wants to know who you are and where you're from. So kill us with a tune real quick, because you're a great singer-songwriter. We love the stuff.
I appreciate it. This is one of those weird songs that kind of came about as a 3/4 country time song, 3/4 waltz, and they fell out of favor. So I was playing this blues lick one day and started singing the old lyrics to it. So and now it's my favorite, one of my favorites. It's called River of Heartbreak. As I walk along the river where we used to walk, I passed by the park bench where we'd sit and talk. I stop to watch the river as it rolls on by. It reminds me of how I've been feeling since you said goodbye. It's a river of heartbreak that you've left me in, so far from the shore, to sink or to swim. I don't know where it's going or where it's taking me. I just pray that this deep, dark river don't turn into the sea. I watch love-struck lovers as they stroll on by. That used to be you and me when you were still mine. Now all I've got left are some memories, while I'm treading this raging water washing over me. It's a river of heartbreak that you've left me in, so far from the shore, to sink or to swim. I don't know where it's going or where it's taking me. I just pray that this deep, dark river don't turn into the sea. I don't know where it's going or where it's taking me. I just pray that this deep, dark river don't turn into the sea. I just pray that this deep, dark river don't turn into the sea. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Russ Roberts.
Now, Brian, I've had two people say that they're not getting audio on the Facebook feed. Do you mind checking that real quick?
Yeah. Okay.
Save me from giving somebody the blues out there tonight. Dude.
That's right.
There you go. So, Russ,
people can still be happy now.
it's been a while since you've been on our show. Kind of give us an update. What's been going on in the last 6 months in your life?
Well, just a little bit of traveling, but mostly just writing in the studio. And I do a little writer's thing at the Miller Piano Specialist once a month, and that's been real successful. And I'm probably going to do the song a little later, but I did a song that, and we recorded a video just like here, and there's some people started a website called iTube 247, and everybody was afraid of the song because of the subject matter, but them, and they believed in causes that it might help somebody, so they threw it up there, and they got the demo in rotation every 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then this video has been seen like 2,060,000 times. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow.
It's apparently there's a lot of people. It's about child sex abuse, and apparently it's a lot of people going through it. I get emails all the time from 50, 60, 70-year-old women saying, "Man, thanks.
Wow.
It helped me heal a little bit," because they still hurting from it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they never get over it. So it's been a blessing that way if it helps somebody, you know.
And that's one thing with your stuff. Your songs touch the heart. You got a song about your grandmother.
Oh, yeah.
That is, and I hope you play it tonight, and I may have to walk outside when you do, because I just lost my dad.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a very beautiful, heart-touching song. It's a sad song, but it's a kind of a joyous song, and it's hard to describe it. It's kind of a dark song, but it's touching. But your songs do that, and they've always done that ever since the day we met you. He did our over there at the old store, but dark.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the old store. So, hopefully you'll have that on the setup to play a little later on. If you see me excuse myself, just give me a moment, and
All right.
I'll be fine because it's still pretty fresh with losing a parent. So, so you've been writing songs quite a bit, or you?
Yeah, I've been writing with Ed Bruce a lot. We've written some cool gospel songs, and we got a couple of things, regular songs that we're getting ready to demo and pitch around a little bit. So, what a great writer, man! Yeah, he's an incredible writer, man. It's a lot of fun to be around him, you know.
There's a legend writer right there.
What's that?
That's a legend writer right there.
Yeah. Okay.
I've learned about songs he wrote that I didn't even know he wrote. I mean, the first song that when the Louvin brothers broke up and Charlie Louvin went out on his own, his first hit was a song called "See the Big Man Cry." Ed wrote that.
Yeah, great song.
I mean,
actually, it's one of my favorite Charlie Louvin songs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's been going. I think when he was 17, he recorded some stuff at Sun Records when all the big guys were out there. You know.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty. He's got a lot of history, musical history. Was a song called "See the Big Man Cry."
But you love that, though, to be able to share and learn from that.
Oh yeah.
I think that's part of the coolest part of our job is some of the stuff we get to meet. Like we were at Bobby's Idol Hour last Saturday night, and three gentlemen that were there, and between those three, the amount of song that they've had. One gentleman has 11 number one hits.
Wow.
And you're just sitting there just talking and just normal, and you're going, and Dennis was there too, and Dennis was sitting there talking about him and Steve Gaines, and those of you that know Steve Gaines, he's the last major guitar player Skinner had. He was one of the people that was killed in the accident. Yeah. Talking about how he used to play with Steve Gaines, and the night before Steve left to go join Skinner, he jammed with Steve Gaines the night before.
Wow.
That association with those guys in music history, I just love that. So you get to talk to people like him. I just take that as a blessing. You take that and you learn from it. So
yeah, you do.
But he hangs out with people like us.
Yeah, this is again my term, cleanse the palate. So it makes the rest of that stuff feel so much more special. See? That's how that works. Yeah. So
well, I've known Russ now for almost 7 years.
Yeah.
And we ain't been in the first fist fight.
No.
That's pretty good.
But every time I talk about writing, he runs the other direction. I understand how it goes.
I can't blame him. And I don't even throw up my song titles. I gave Greg a song title about falling down the stairs, but I don't give anybody my song titles. Now I'm keeping my song titles because I think I'm the next one. I'm the next Jerry Foster. Jerry, if you listen to that, just go ahead and shut off the computer now. Jerry's brother Larry. Yeah. So, I have negative 21 cuts. We're just not in the same league together. So, Russ, why don't you tell the new people that are listening where you hail from? What part of the country do you come from originally?
I came from Rocky Mount, Virginia, the moonshine capital of the world.
And proud of it.
Yeah, boy, they still proud of it. You buy T-shirts that says Franklin County, moonshine capital of the world.
Now, aren't they pretty strict about the old the first family of Virginia? And that's still there's an old thing I knew from some people out there that you had to come from that first family of Virginia to be kind of anybody out there. Is that still kind of the same? I ain't worried about getting cards and letters from Virginia. They'd probably have to carve it on rock to send it to me. But
most of us don't care who's who.
Most of them don't care.
Everybody just rolls with the flow, man.
So how long were you in Virginia? Did you grow there your whole adult life?
I grew up there till I moved to Nashville in late 85.
85?
Yeah.
Was music the reason it got you from there to here?
Yeah. Yeah. I went music crazy.
Did you?
Yeah.
So now when you got to Nashville, what was the difference, the biggest difference between Virginia, moonshine capital of the world, to another moonshine state?
Well,
less,
it was
less banjos.
Less banjos? Yeah.
At that time, Nashville was still it was a bigger town than mine, of course, but it still was a small town. I mean, it was just a nice, cool, small town. You could walk up and down Music Row and go in any publisher you wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's how I met some cool people, you know, just knocking on doors. And but I mean, it's changed quite a bit now with all the construction and growth and everything. But it wasn't a lot of difference. It's just bigger, a bigger small town at the time.
Yeah. Why don't we have you kick out another tune real quick for us? What would you like to play?
All right, let's see. This one's a fairly new one. Thank you very much. Love yours too, man. Awesome. There's a room in my house of memories I gotta keep locked. There are things in there wish I could say I forgot. A sight, a sound, the scent of a certain perfume opens a door to that room. And the memories come rushing out like the house is on fire, bringing back old feelings, regrets, and strong desires. Sometimes all it takes is a melody to an old familiar tune to open the door to that room. I hear voices from inside there inviting me in. Once I answered the call, but I won't fall for that trick again. 'Cause you give them an inch, they'll take control of the house from you. Don't even peek in the door to that room. 'Cause the memories come rushing out like the house is on fire, bringing back old feelings, regrets, and strong desires. Sometimes all it takes is a melody to an old familiar tune to open the door to that room. You know they never leave, and it seems they just don't die. They just hang around, waiting for the perfect time to dance around in my mind. And all those memories come rushing out like the house is on fire, bringing back old feelings, regrets, and strong desires. Sometimes all it takes is a melody to an old familiar tune to open the door to that room. Never open the door to that room. Leave that door locked. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Again, we have Mr. Russ Roberts with us tonight. Russ, I was looking at your chord progression of that. That's some pretty cool looking chords you're riffing off there.
Well, thanks, man. I just accidentally happened upon them one day. I write a lot of songs just by doodling. Drives my wife crazy, but just to me, certain licks or certain chords or something, you know, make words come for some reason. It's just, that's how I started my grandma's song, just playing that riff, you know, that walk down.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about her, of course. And but you know, that's the way I write a lot of songs, is just that.
Now, how old were you when you started playing guitar?
8.
8.
Yeah.
And did you take any time off growing up, or did you play straight from 8 on till now?
No, I took some time off. I broke a little wild when I was about 15 and didn't slow down until I was about 24.
Oh wow.
Then but then I started going back to church. I got saved when I was 15, and I started playing in church some, but it was just mostly rhythm, and I wasn't writing anything. So it didn't really, my guitar playing didn't really improve till I started doing solo gigs. And you find without a band,
Yeah.
you got to fill up a lot of dead space. And so you just come up with different things, to fill up air. That's what makes me a terrible studio picker, because I overplay.
Well, that's the same way with like a lot of lead singers are terrible background singers, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Because they're so geared one direction or another, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's tough to see a guy that can sing lead, that can harmonize, hit that perfect third or fifth.
Yeah.
They're just so used to singing lead that they just can't think out of the box.
I'm just
that way.
perfect at lead.
Yeah, Jason's just perfect on lead.
Well, that was always my goal. I love singing harmonies. I could hear them when I was a kid, and I tried putting vocal groups together, bands, but, man, that's like herding cats. I mean, it really is, man.
Yeah.
Because you got different personalities, and somebody don't want to play this weekend, and I just thought, goodbye. Me and my guitar, I'm happy.
That's been that way forever.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you see it even with the big players, the big guns.
Yeah. They always break up.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're the Rolling Stones, somehow they're still around. But
so they can afford each can afford their own private Learjet to fly around with gigs. They don't
Poor
spend much
guys.
time together,
yeah, poor guys.
Yeah,
But it's tough, and even today, I mean, it's just tough to put a band together. There's always that one that I don't want to play this weekend, or you get things rolling, then the one just gets tired of it. It's hard. So being a solo artist, you're either going to make it or break it, and the only one you can blame is you.
that's right.
So, but I've always admired your guitar playing. I admire your guitar. You got a beautiful Alvarez.
Well, thanks, man. It's
What year is this?
I don't know what year it is. I've had it a few years now, but it's an Alvarez Yari, the folk edition. They call it the Virtuoso series, and I had a couple. I've had 3 of the cedar top ones. I still got one. I sold one, and one was stolen. And this one's a lot more beautiful than the cedar top one. But the cedar top one, if you don't have it plugged in, sounds a little better, So you got to have more than one.
Oh yeah.
I saw a guitar the other day. I thought, I wouldn't mind having that little Gretsch right there. And my wife says, "How many guitars you got?" I said, "I don't have one like that one."
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it was up to about 19 or something. But, I mean, that's including basses and everything. I mean,
Oh yeah.
So
You still got your Dodge?
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be for sale. Man, I got to get rid of it. I don't have time to drive it, so.
I'll drive it for you.
71 Dodge Charger. Anybody needs one, I got one that's in pretty good shape. So
Wow.
make you a deal.
Beautiful car.
What color is it?
It's a top banana yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I got a little 67 Fury convertible. I'll even make part of the deal. We'll just buy 2 of them at one time. Buy one, get one for double price.
Russ needs a new guitar.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, did your wife come from a musical background, or
No,
no?
she didn't. We were at a Christmas party one time, and I'd heard her singing along to Golden Ring by George Jones and Tammy Wynette. And so our friend says, "Debbie, do you sing?" I said, "Yeah, she does. She did a great job on Golden Ring." And I kept badgering her till finally she broke down and did it. When we got in the car, she said, "Don't you ever, ever do that again." She said, "One family needs one singer, and that's it."
Well, that's I guess with my family. We got 2 out of mine, with Holly and Adam, both singers. I don't sing. There's a reason I don't sing. So, don't try to get me to sing karaoke if we're out somewhere. It's not going to happen. So, Russ, let's get you into another song real quick. What would you like to play?
Well, let's see. I hadn't played it in a long time, and I'm going to see if I can pull it off. Since you mentioned it a while ago, it's about my sweet Granny Mary.
Okay.
And she got Alzheimer's well, it was dementia. I can't tell the difference in the two, but it never did change her attitude. She still loved people. She'd go from room to room reading her Bible and singing hymns to these people that were bedridden until she got bedridden. And I just admired her faith and her attitude through all that. And she was an inspiration, and I think really her praying through those wild years kept me safe, and got me home safe and sound. But it goes like this. She waltzes around the nursing home with an imaginary partner. She never calls his name, but we know it's our grandfather. She laughs and talks about their plans, their hopes, their dreams, their fears. How she can hardly wait to begin their senior year. She's forever 17, living in a world with only young and carefree things. Free from time and troubled minds and broken grown-up dreams. We're all getting older, but she's forever 17. She can't recall her children's names or the son she lost at war. She's forgotten Grandpa died spring 2004. She'll be 91 this October, but she lives in youthful bliss. Wakes up every morning anticipating their first kiss. She's forever 17, living in a world with only young and carefree things. Free from time and troubled minds and broken grown-up dreams. We're all getting older, but she's forever 17. One day she'll dance her final dance. Her mind and soul will be set free to live in a blessed land where everyone will be forever 17, living in a world with only young and carefree things. Free from time and troubled minds and broken grown-up dreams. No one will get older, we'll all be forever 17. Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think that's my favorite Russ Roberts song.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It's one of my favorite
Mine
on the
too.
radio station.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. I love it. It means a lot. It's just so simple and so beautiful, you know.
Thanks.
So
I appreciate that.
is Grandma still alive, or is she passed?
She passed in spring of '04.
Well, 4, okay.
Yeah, she's been gone a while.
Yeah.
She's
Not
in a better
really.
place, though.
Yeah.
She's a lot better off than we are.
Oh yeah. Well, that's really cool. So it's cool that she inspired you, and you could write that song. So that's one of those songs I'm going, why is that I not hearing that on big box shop radio stations? That's
People are afraid of it, man. You know, that's a sad song, and nobody
But
wants to touch a sad song anymore.
nah, it's just so beautiful of a tune. It's so, and it's a lot of people live that. Now, I've been fortunate. I've had so far no one in the family suffer from dementia or Alzheimer's, thank goodness. So I haven't experienced that at all, but I mean, a lot of people do, and I
Yeah.
think that's kind of a healing song. You know, to me, that's a good healing
Yeah,
song.
I agree. My grandmother has a little bit of the issue.
Okay.
You don't know from one month to the next when we go visit if she's going to be remember who the kids are.
Right.
She hasn't forgotten the first generation grandkids. It's the second generation, you know, my kids
Yeah.
and my sister's kids. Some of those she'll forget.
It's rare that I play anywhere and play that song that somebody hadn't been affected by it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
know.
tune.
I mean, so many people have a family member. One of my friends just lost his mother a few months ago. She had Alzheimer's. I can't tell the difference. They both lose their memory and
Yeah.
can't remember your family even. So
I definitely relate. My grandfather, my great uncle, and my uncle
wow.
on my mother's side, and now on my father's side, my aunt, who's just in her late 50s, early
It's so
60s.
sad. It's so sad. That's very young.
And she doesn't even realize that her daughter's having a second child. She was
Wow.
at the wedding, you know, when she got married and had, you know, and she had a child, but she has no memory of anything right now.
No,
You know, and then when you see someone like that just digress, and
Yeah.
you realize, and she was an Army veteran, you know,
wow.
strong woman, athletic, and then you see her at this state, and my other aunt's having to feed her.
Wow.
You know, you just, though there was so much life, and my uncle has to sit and he helps, but he was a veteran too, you know,
Yeah.
and they had so much life, and I can see what it's doing to him. But that song, that was a really good song. I related. That's the first time I've heard anybody, you know, write a song that touched Alzheimer's dementia
I
to that
appreciate
degree.
that.
So, you know,
It-
that was wonderful.
You know, sometimes she would think I was her brother. Sometimes she'd think I was her grandson, and up until she totally forgot us all. And I tell people all the time, don't correct them. If they think you're their grandson, or if they think you're their brother or daddy, just roll with the flow, because, you know, that makes them a little more comfortable, because they don't. If you start saying that, but I'm your grandson, they don't even remember having a daughter, let alone a grandson, at that day.
Right.
And Mama said she'd go see her sometime, and she'd walk in there, and she'd say, well, I know you're in the family, but who are you? And then the next week she'd go see her, and she'd say, well, hello, Norma Jean, how you doing? Like she didn't have a memory problem at all.
Yeah.
So it's like those files just keep turning, but you
Yep.
can't recall them quickly.
Yeah, last time I went and saw grandmother, she remembered all of us, even my kids. But we were all in kindergarten class with her.
Oh, wow.
We were going back that far. We were in kindergarten
Wow.
class. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that song. That's a beautiful song.
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
I hope people that have heard it and listened to it share that with friends and family, and especially ones that have had that.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a very helpful, beautiful song. And again, I haven't had any experience with either one of those two illnesses with family members, but just to have a elderly parent. My dad, bless his heart,
Or an elderly coworker.
yeah, thank you. My dad was the opposite of that. It seems like the older he got, the sharper he got. He didn't forget nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't get away with nothing. You know, you think like, well, he's old. I could probably get away. No, he don't forget nothing. He don't. You know. So
That's great.
yeah, he was sharp up till the day he passed. So let's get into another song real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to get all bummed out. And
All right. Well, this one's kind of an attitude thing. You know, sometimes even though people get saved and are forgiven for their sins, they carry it around on their shoulders because they can't, they remember it. They remember what they did. And my buddy Billy Terry had this idea, and we wrote this song called Leave 'Em in the Water because, you're supposed to let it go, man, because it's all been he let it go, so you need to. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of using some of them same fancy chords, but in a different way.
All right.
See, you wear them out. You beat a dead horse. Once you find a good progression, you just wear it out. I said, preach, you don't know all the bad things I've done. He said, Jesus will forgive you for every single one. As we walked out in the river for me to be baptized, I said, I wish I could undo all the cheating and lies. He said, leave 'em in the water, let 'em sink down deep. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, 'cause you've been washed clean. Leave 'em in the water, buried in the mud. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood. Leave 'em in the water. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood. He said the devil will remind you from time to time about all the sinning you've done. Don't you pay him no mind. Don't let him bog you down. Don't get mired in a mess, 'cause God's put 'em all in the sea of forgetfulness. He leaves 'em in the water, lets 'em sink down deep. You know he leaves 'em in the water, 'cause you've been washed clean. He leaves 'em in the water, buried in the mud. You know he leaves 'em in the water, 'cause you're washed in the blood. He leaves 'em in the water. You know he leaves 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood. So don't hang on to what God's thrown away. All your sins, past, present, and future, were nailed to the cross by the Ancient of Days. So leave 'em in the water, let 'em sink down deep. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, 'cause you've been washed clean. Leave 'em in the water, buried in the mud. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood. Leave 'em in the water. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood. I said leave 'em in the water. Come on now, leave 'em in the water, you've been washed in the blood of the Lamb. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice. We need to make a quick commercial announcement. Brian, if you could pop up my little list so I can say this right per the memo so I don't get in trouble here. It is festival season. Bonnaroo is right around the corner. You can check out the Bonnaroo website, look at all the information they got on there. You can get pre-sale on tickets go on the 10th of January. Make sure you get a part of that. But Bonnaroo's coming to town here in Manchester, Tennessee. We're looking forward to be part of the media again for the third year in a row with the Bonnaroo lineup. Andy, you want to say the Bonnaroo lineup? You're getting mic ready and everything.
Oh, yes, I am.
Well, do the
I'm excited
Bonnaroo
about
lineup.
this. Yeah, this year, the Bonnaroo 2019 here in Manchester, Tennessee. Going to have Fish, Childish Gambino, Solange.
Say that again. Your mic went off.
Solange, David Brothers, Post Malone, Odessa, Hosier, the Lumineers, and Cardi B.
Yes.
So make sure January 10th, you can go ahead and go to the Bonnaroo website, and you can purchase a ticket with a down payment of $47. That's right. Go to the Bonnaroo website, and on January 10th, you can get tickets starting at $47. And I'm telling you, this will be another great Yes,
$47
$47 down.
Yeah.
You can get that ticket. And once again, we've got Bonnaroo coming up this year, and it's hard to believe how fast time flies.
Now, don't forget, check out our website, check out our Facebook page. We've got a contest that we're going to be giving you an opportunity, a chance to win 2 free wristbands and a parking pass for the Bonnaroo this year. And my mind corrects me here; it's roughly between $700 and $800 ticket value. So you definitely want to be part of that. Stay tuned. You can check our Facebook page and our website out for all the competition and when it all starts. So, but again, not only do you have all the artists that Andy talked about, but you got Rival Sons are going to be there. You got the Wood Brothers are going to be there. Anushka Shankar is going to be there.
The Opry's coming back.
The Opry is coming back, which is always good. A couple other ones that are really good that Trampled by Turtles we saw this year at an event. John Prine is going to be there. If you like John Prine, great American songwriter, Americana stuff. But check it out. The website has been announced today. It's the official Bonnaroo lineup. There's been others like it, but not quite the real one. Today's the real one, so check it out.
General admission, $300. I've lost it. $319.
$319, but that gets you 3 days of festival stuff. And again, hey, you can save money by winning one of our contests here. So check it out. I know Brian's going to be at Cardi B. I'm going to be at Anushka Shankar. So Brian and I will be at 2 different ends of the field probably. They'll probably go on at the same time. Watch. So over 130 different performances. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Here it is. Valued at $698 in taxes and fees. Includes 2 commemorative wristbands, over 130 performances on 10 stages. Can you believe that? 10 stages out there. Wow. Mouth-watering food, and I have to say
10 plus.
They didn't even have to put that in the little lineup there, mouth-watering food, because I'm there like twice, 3 times a day eating food from there. But, yeah, they got mouth-watering food, 125-plus vendors. They even got vegan stuff there, people, vegetarian, gluten-free. There's no reason why you just can't go there and make it a day and eat. They got official band merchandise there, as well as specialty items for dozens of art vendors. And when I say art vendors,
chitlins?
What's that?
Do they have chitlins?
Chicken?
Chitlins.
Chitlins? I'm going to let you check out the Bonnaroo website for more details.
Brian's looking it up right now to tell you.
Why did Humphreys McGee pull up for chitlins? I don't know. But, yeah, it's coming. So we got 155 days?
14 hours and 12 minutes.
Wow, the official timer is clicking. So, but check it out. The Bonnaroo's coming. It's started the big festival season coming up. I'm excited. So
Images of chitlins at Bonnaroo.
images of chitlins. Russ, you can't ask that kind of stuff on the air because Brian will find it somewhere.
And there's B.B. King.
Yeah, there's B.B. King, B.B. the King,
Yeah.
and sitting right next to Betty White. So anyway, eating chitlins together.
That was a special moment.
Yeah. Well, welcome to another 2019. All right. Let's get back at it.
We're at 8:48 already.
I can't believe that. This has just flipped by so fast with Russ.
Russ, why don't you go ahead and tell your story about where your song wound up and sing your big one?
Throw up a curveball, Jason.
No, funny. I was going to do that one next. Some of the great writers I've got to write with are just incredible. Sheb Woolley took an interest in me when I first got to town. We wrote some cool stuff, and then
we interviewed his daughter a few months ago on our vinyl show for the novelty show.
He did some. He was so talented in so many different ways, and then I got to write with Dew Lowens for the last 3 years of his life, and one of the songs we wrote ended up in Varsity Blues, the movie, the football movie. There's a lot of Bama fans don't want to talk about football today, but I'm sorry.
I do. I'm not a Bama fan, but I know some really tightwad Bama fans. It's about time.
Yeah. Well, I think We saw some magic last night, man. That Clemson, man, that little quarterback is dangerous, and to be so young. Look out, Tom Brady. But anyway, this ended up in the movie, and it's a little fun song called "Same Old Feeling, Feeling." Well, the sparks really flew when I bumped into you standing by your high school locker. My jaw dropped down, my heart began to pound louder than a brass door knocker. I got butterflies when I looked in your eyes and saw you smiling back at me. Too tongue-tied to talk when you asked me to walk you down to room 203. And that day is just a sweet memory in my mind. But darling, when I look at you every time, I get that same old feeling. You still get to me the way you did back then. I get that same old feeling. Your love comes over me like a warm summer wind, with that same old feeling again. You still look 19, well, you know what I mean. Baby, you're as fine as ever. When you tear me up with that look of love, you can knock me down with a feather. It amazes me how we can be deeper in love each day. You still blow my mind after all this time, and you've always done me that way. It don't take much to make me feel like this. Just a look, a smile, a touch, or a kiss. I get that same old feeling. You still get to me the way you did back then. I get that same old feeling. When your love comes over me like a warm summer wind, with that same old feeling. I get that same old feeling. You still get to me the way you did back then. I get that same old feeling. When your love comes over me like a warm summer wind, that same old feeling again. I get that same old feeling again.
Woo.
Thank you.
Mr. Russ Roberts, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Brian, I hope you're having a good time over there in Pulaski. You've changed my name 4 times tonight, I think, on this teleprompter.
I love having the teleprompter back. A couple of things. People don't realize exactly what Brian does on the opposite end of the screen over there. But when, like, you start playing, his ear is so keen and stuff. He's tweaking EQs and he's changing things in the same way with our other guests. So he's making it sound just right. But, I mean, he's doing all that on the fly. He's working hard as a regular engineer on there. But we finally get to see that again. But then apparently he gets bored. Apparently he's got you sounding right where he wants you at. And then he goes on and he takes all the channels and he starts changing our names on the channels that you can't see. So
Yeah, you know what it is. He said, man, I can't help this guy. I'm just going to leave it alone and have some fun.
hit compress and move on. But no, so it's hilarious.
Auto-tune.
Yeah. At one time, Jason was Britney Spears tonight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I've been Britney Spears. I've been Strawberry.
Wow, Brittany, you really let your stuff go. Right
Copenhagen King.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad Brian's having fun. So we got to sign off the show. I want to thank you, Russ, for being part of our brand new season, first night
Wow,
of 2019. Glad to have you back. And it's been a while. Last time I saw you were at TSAI up there at T. Graham Brown and all those. So
Yeah.
Rubbing shoulder to shoulder with all the big uns. And, it's nice to hear you're staying busy and working. Now you got stuff available people can purchase. You got a website they should go to?
Yeah, it's like the same as your last guest. It needs some updating, but you can get on there and you can order. I got 2 CDs. I got a live gospel CD, and then I've got a studio CD I did of all country songs. And you can just go to russrobertsmusic.com and shoot me an email, and we'll work out the details.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, Russ, I'm going to thank you so much. There's a picture of you holding a black telly.
Yeah, that's one of my collection.
That's one of your collections. You still got that one. Good.
Yeah, that's a little Japanese telly that I got in trouble for purchasing. Well, my wife's already really been good, always. If I see a guitar I want, she'll sneak around and get it for an anniversary or birthday or Christmas or something. Mm-hmm. And I saw this one at Joe Chambers' guitar shop in Murfreesboro, and it just, electrics don't always hang right on me. That one just fit me like a glove.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I told Joe, I said, man, hang on to this one a little bit. I want to think about it. And I went home and went back down there the next day. And when she comes home, she'd heard me talking about it. I opened the door, and I've got it on, playing it.
Oh.
Boy, she was mad. She said I was going to get that for your anniversary, but I won't get you. I said, well, I need an amp. I'm not buying an amp.
Well, you could go to his website and see the infamous guitar he's talking about. So, Russ, thanks for being part of the show again.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We want to thank Chris from HeatFMRadio.com out there in New York. Thank you for, again, putting us on your website again for another year. Hopefully, we'll make it all the way through and you don't kick us off there. Chris is a good guy.
He hasn't fired us yet.
Not yet.
It's been a while since I've been fired.
Yeah, you're coming up soon, by March, I guess. We have awesome Andy Storm in the house tonight with us. Thank you, Andy, for swinging back by. We got David Graham, singer-songwriter extraordinaire. You can check out Collins River Barbecue is having live stuff there the third Thursday of every month in McMinnville. Check that out. Velvet Presley has popped in, so we need to get her sometime where she can talk. So for Brian, IT Guru, Jason,
and the whole fam family,
and the Hillbilly Heartthrob, we got the one and the only Mr. Russ Roberts in the house. I am Mark, your DJ Doctor. Until the next Midnight Madness show, y'all take care.